Adaora, chosen as a bride for the mighty river god, Okiri, discovers his realm is a prison of lost souls. With the help of a mysterious Oba, she must find a bone key.
The sun was setting over Ejanla village when Adaora stood by the cracked riverbed. The once lively river was now dry sand, littered with dead fish and empty shells. Women wept as their clay pots returned empty day after day. Children cried from thirst. The elders said the gods were angry. A sacrifice must be made. And the sacrifice was her. She clutched the white beads around her neck, the sign of her betrothal to the river god, Okiri. She was only 16. She had never met him, yet tomorrow she would be taken to his watery world as his bride. Her mother, Mama Ife, held her shoulders, tears spilling down her cheeks. "My child, you will save us all," she whispered. But Adaora's heart trembled. What if the gods were lying? That night, as the village drummers played slow, mournful beats, Adaora slipped out of her hut. He needed air. Near the edge of the dead river, she saw a shadow move. A boy her age stood there, his dark eyes shining in the moonlight. "Do you really believe the river god will spare your people?" he asked softly. "You don't know the truth." Adaora froze. "Who are you?" "My name is Oba. I know what lives beneath these waters. Okiri is not who they say he is. Once you cross to his world, you will never return. Unless," he stopped, looking around nervously. "Unless what?" Oba stepped closer, his voice barely a whisper. "Unless you find the bone key before he binds you. It is the only thing he fears. It lies hidden in the belly of the river serpent. But be warned, many have tried and none survived." Morning came with a heavy fog, the night, followed by villagers gathered by the riverbank, their faces painted with ash. When the elders wore red wrappers and carried staffs of power, melted into the darkness. Mama Ife wept silently as Adaora was led forward, wrapped in a flowing white cloth. She heard whispers, praises mixed with pity. Some villagers murmured that she was blessed, others said she was cursed. As they approached the water's edge, the dry river suddenly trembled. A loud roar split the air. Water gushed upward like a living creature, swallowing the empty riverbed in seconds. The villagers fell to their knees, chanting, "Okiri! Okiri!" A towering figure rose from the water, a man with skin the color of midnight, hair that floated like waves, and eyes that glowed like blue fire. His voice rumbled like distant thunder. "Bring her." Adaora's knees weakened. She wanted to run, but the river pulled her closer. Cold water wrapped around her ankles, rising to her waist. As she sank beneath the surface, she heard Mama Ife's voice calling her name, fading fast. Darkness swallowed her. Then she opened her eyes. She was standing in a palace made entirely of water. Walls rippled like glass, and giant fish swam in the distance. Okiri sat on a throne carved from coral, his gaze fixed on her. "My bride," he said, his smile sharp as a blade. "Welcome home." Adaora's heart pounded. She forced herself to speak. I'm here to save my people." Okiri rose from his throne, each step echoing like waves crashing on rocks. "And you will. The rains will return, and Ejanla will flourish. All I ask is your loyalty." He reached out to touch her face. His fingers were icy, sending chills down her spine. "You belong to me now. No one leaves my realm. Ever." Fear clawed at her chest. Oba's warning echoed in her mind, "Find the bone key before he binds you." That night, Adaora lay awake on a bed of seaweed, listening to the palace's eerie silence. She wasn't alone. A faint splash came from the far end of her chamber. She turned and saw a figure standing in the shadows. "Who's there?" she whispered. A girl stepped forward, her skin pale and her eyes hollow. "You're the new one," she said softly. "I was like you once. I was promised freedom if I became his bride. Now I'm trapped here forever." Adaora's breath caught. "Is there no way out?" The girl hesitated, glancing around as if afraid someone was listening. There is a way, but it's dangerous. Find the bone key. It can break his hold. But beware, the serpent that guards it is a creature of nightmares. Before Adaora could ask more, the girl vanished into mist, leaving only ripples behind. The next day, Okiri took Adaora on a tour of his realm. They glided through gardens of glowing coral and schools of silverfish. Servants bowed as they passed, their eyes lifeless. Adaora forced a smile, but unease gnawed at her. Everywhere she looked, she saw women, dozens of them, each dressed in white, each with the same hollow eyes as the girl from her chamber. Are they your brides? Adaora asked. Okiri smiled. They were. You are my last and most precious. The others serve. A shiver ran down Adaora's spine. She now knew what awaited her if she failed. That night, she made her first attempt to escape. She crept out of her chamber, moving silently through twisting hallways. She followed the sound of rushing water until she reached a massive door etched with strange symbols. As she touched the door, a voice hissed behind her, "You shouldn't be here." She spun around. Oba stood there, his eyes intense. "You came," she breathed. "I told you, I know the truth," he said, gripping her hand. "The bone key is real, and I can help you find it. But we must hurry. Okiri already suspects you." A deep growl reverberated through the walls, followed by Okiri's voice, "Adaora, where are you?"